Let's talk about Kajillionaire. This is a very unusual, and I mean that in a good way, movie. It's very distinctive. Your character is, I mean, maybe you could, why don't you describe your character's Old Dolio? Well, first of all, the hair over, I can almost do it now because I've grown out my hair.
I see that.
But you have hair over your face a lot of the time. And then your movements, I mean, you're a very gifted actor, so I'm not surprised that you can do this, but your movements are very distinctive and almost look like you had to really think about how this character moves.
100%. Miranda July, the director, and I would get together and do strange exercises and improvs to try to find the physicality. We ended up actually drawing a lot from animals, weirdly. Oh. And so when people say, what did you base this character on? I say a proud lion who became our sort of blueprint for her.
That's so interesting because though I'm not an actor, when I started doing the talk show many, many years ago, I was thinking about what do I want to embody? And I came up with scared lemur, you know, just like, just kind of like wide-eyed, nervous, somewhat bird-like. So I'm familiar with
nailing it.
Only I've been doing it for 27 years, and everyone's like, enough. You know, there's your really impressive moment in the film where your character is very sneaky, has to be, because you really have to live by your wits and your ability to get around situations. There's this scene where you bend backwards, and I thought, is that CGI? Was that CGI when your character, Old Dolio, bends backwards?
No, in fact, this happens to me a lot in my career. Like I on the show I do, Westworld, tiny show that I do.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Like I had to ride a horse at full speed with while shooting a rifle. So riding on a running horse with no hands, holding this like heavy rifle, and I really did it. And everyone thought it was CGI or thought I was strapped to the horse. And I was like, no. And now with Kajillionaire, they think that this is CGI or that I was on a wire. And I'm like, no, I am actually doing these things with my body. I'm actually doing this. It's not CGI. So well, that was a weird skill.
Is that yoga? Years of yoga? Did you have
no?
Did you have like your spinal column, like a few vertebrae removed? How do you do that?
Okay, I don't know why, but I've weirdly been somewhat of like a limbo champion as a child and growing up. I was always the one at bar mitzvahs that won whatever weird hat or prize, you know, if you could do the limbo challenge. And so I don't know why. It's just a strange skill that I have that, okay, now has become immortalized in this film.
I love that you brought up all my life I've been a limbo champ, when never in my life have I been asked to do limbo. It's never come up. I don't know where in the world are you living that you go to events and people are like, well, it's limbo time.
Well, growing up as a kid, it's like in the 90s, I don't know, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, just weird things like that. Yeah, limbo.